I have been posting high protein meal prep videos for a while now, and one of the most common requests I get is to make a vegan meal plan while still keeping it high in protein. In this video, I'm showing you how I prepped a full day of vegan protein-packed meals using different plant-based ingredients for each meal. These meals are flavorful, filling, and quick enough to keep your week on track without spending all day in the kitchen. I started my prep the day before with mung dal sprouts because they're versatile, nutrient-dense, and packed with plant-based protein. I took 2 cups of whole green mung beans, rinsed them well, and soaked them in water for a few hours until they doubled in size. Soaking softens the beans and reduces phytic acid, which helps your body absorb more minerals like iron and magnesium. Once they were doubled in size, I prepared the instant pot for it. I added a cup of water on the base, then kept a steamer basket on top. Then I drained the lentils and placed them in the steamer in the instant pot. If you don't have that steaming basket, you can just wrap the lentils in a cheesecloth and leave them in the instant pot. Then I covered the pot, left it on yogurt mode for 15 hours. Now coming to the day of meal prep, I started with dinner. I prepped Pao Tofu with fried rice, a high protein flavorful meal. I started with 350 grams of firm tofu and cut them into small bite-sized cubes. Then I put them in an air fryer basket, sprayed them with oil and seasoned with salt and pepper. I air fried them for about 20 minutes, shaking the basket in between to make sure they get crispy from all sides. While the tofu was air frying, I started prepping the veggies including green onion, red onion, and green bell peppers. I cut the white portion and green portion of the onion separately, and I chopped the bell pepper and onion into about 1-inch cubes. For fried rice, I washed a cup of rice until water ran clear. Then I added 2 cups of water to it in a pot, covered it, and let it boil until rice soaked all the water. Now starting the prep for Pao Tofu, in a skillet I sprayed some oil, and when it got hot I added the white portion of green onions along with some dried chilies for that signature smoky heat. Plus I also added some raw peanuts to toast them. Ideally at this point you can add finely chopped ginger and garlic as well, but I was running out of both, so I added ginger garlic paste instead. Once these aromatics were fragrant, I added onion and bell pepper as well. I waited for them to get a little roasty and toasty before adding the sauces. The sauce was simple: 2 tablespoons soy sauce, 1 tablespoon Schezwan sauce, and 1 tablespoon rice vinegar. Plus I also added a touch of maple syrup for that sweetness, plus a teaspoon of cornstarch slurry. By this time the air fried tofu was done. It was perfect level of crisp. I tossed the tofu in and gave everything a good stir until all the flavors combined. By this time the rice was completely boiled. It had soaked up all that water. I fluffed it out with a fork. I moved the tofu into the meal prep containers because I wanted to use the same skillet for the fried rice. I started by sauteing some of the leftover white portion of green onions, then added frozen peas, shredded carrot, and frozen corn, and then added the cooked rice to the skillet. I added some soy sauce and then stirred it all until rice had that slightly crispy fried rice texture and all the veggies were combined. Once the fried rice cooled down, I boxed them along with tofu and garnished with green onions. This dinner is about 35 grams of protein thanks to all the tofu and peanuts. It's filling, balanced, and perfect for refueling after a long day or even after a workout. I stored these meals in the fridge, and at the time of eating, I just microwaved them for a couple of minutes and dinner is ready. Then going back to the instant pot from previous night, 15 hours had passed and the lentils had little sprouts, soft, crunchy, and full of protein. Fun fact, did you know sprouting increases protein digestibility, adds vitamin C, and makes the beans easier to digest? 1 cup of sprouts has about 14 grams of protein, more than most cooked beans. Before using them in meals, I steam the sprouts to add flavor and make them even easier to digest. In the same steamer basket, I added a teaspoon each of turmeric, red chili powder, cumin powder, and some salt. Then I steamed them for about 5 minutes on low pressure, followed by a quick release. The light steaming keeps the crunch but infuses flavor. Turmeric adds anti-inflammatory benefits and cumin helps digestion, perfect for a protein-packed, energy-sustaining meal prep. While the sprouts were steaming, I also boiled a potato. It takes just 5 minutes in microwave. I waited for both sprouts and potato to cool down and shifted gears to prepping breakfast. For breakfast, I kept things very simple with a little shortcut: chocolate protein overnight oats. In 4 glass jars, I added half cup of rolled oats and 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in each of them. For protein, I used this plant-based chocolate protein powder, adding about a scoop in each jar. Then I added enough milk to cover everything. Then I stirred each jar to combine everything well. Combining oats with chia seeds and plant protein creates a more complete amino acid profile, helping you get all the essential proteins on a vegan diet. By morning, the oats are creamy, the chia seeds have thickened, and the chocolate flavor makes it like dessert for breakfast. While eating, I add a little more milk to adjust the consistency, and then top them with sliced banana, some hemp seeds, and chocolate chips. Nutrition-wise, this breakfast packs about 25 grams of protein, slow digesting carbs from oats, and healthy fats from chia seeds. By the time I was done prepping oats, the sprouts had cooled down, so I started assembling the veggies for sprout salad. I started with a base of arugula in meal prep containers, then added chopped onion, some bell pepper, tomato, parsley, and jalapeno. Once the potato cooled down, I chopped that as well and added them to the salad bowls as well. And finally, about 2 cups of steamed sprouts. I garnished them with some leftover green onions from earlier. At the time of eating, I dressed the salad with about half teaspoon each of cumin powder, chaat masala and salt, and a light squeeze of lemon. It's one of those salads that taste good both cold or heated up. If you like it heated up, you can just microwave it for like a minute or so. This salad is light, hydrating and full of nutrients, around 28 grams of protein per serving. Sprouts are also rich in antioxidants and fiber, which support digestion and recovery after workouts. This meal prep hits over 100 grams of protein across the day, all vegan and using different ingredients for each meal, so it never feels repetitive. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for more high protein meal prep ideas.